Hey coin lovers! Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about 4 rare and valuable Australian coins that might be in your pocket right now. These coins are not just money, they're part of history. Each one has a cool story, unique design, and can be worth big money. And now, let's take a look at the final coin in our list, the 1970 Australian 5-cent coin. This little coin might be easy to miss because of its small size and low value, but if you happen to find the right one, it could be worth up to $500. That's a big deal for something that's usually just small change. So, why is the 1975-cent coin so special? To understand its value, we need to know a bit about the history of the 5-cent coin. Just like the other coins we've talked about, the 5-cent coin was introduced in 1966 when Australia changed to the decimal currency system. The coin was meant to replace the old sixpence. Since then, the design has stayed mostly the same. The front of the coin shows Queen Elizabeth II, and the back features an image of an echidna, which is a spiny Australian animal that lays eggs, a truly unique creature. Now, the 1970 version of the 5-cent coin stands out because of a few things. First, it's quite rare compared to other years. While the Royal Australian Mint made millions of 5-cent coins in other years, the mintage in 1970 was much lower. That means fewer were made, and as the years passed, many of those coins were either lost, damaged, or worn out. Today, finding one in good condition is not easy. But there's more. Some of the 1975-cent coins have minting errors. These are small mistakes that happen during the coin-making process. Examples include coins with double edges, off-center strikes, or even missing parts of the design. These types of error coins are super popular among collectors because they're very rare. If you have a 1975-cent coin with a clear error, it could be worth hundreds of dollars, especially if it's in uncirculated or near-mint condition. Even regular 1975-cent coins, without errors, can still be valuable if they're in perfect shape. That's because collectors often want complete coin sets from each year, and since the 1970 coin is harder to find in good condition, it's in high demand. Coins with sharp details, no scratches, and original shine can easily sell for $100 to $500, depending on their grade. So, how can you know if your 5-cent coin is valuable? First, check the year. It must say 1970. Then, look closely at the condition. If it's clean, shiny, and shows very little wear, you're on the right track. If it looks odd or has any strange features, you might even have an error coin, which can boost the value even more. It's amazing to think that such a small coin, something most of us don't even think about, could be worth so much. That's the fun part of coin collecting, you never know what treasure you might find. So go check your piggy bank, your wallet, or any old coin jars you have lying around. The 1970 Australian 5-cent coin could be your hidden gem. Conclusion. So, there you have it, 4 ultra-rare and valuable Australian coins that could be worth a small fortune. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, these coins are a testament to the rich history and craftsmanship of Australian currency. Remember, the value of a coin can vary based on its rarity, condition, and demand among collectors. If you happen to come across any of these coins in your change, take a moment to appreciate their history and uniqueness. Who knows? You might just have a valuable piece of Australian numismatic history in your hands. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting. Now let's move on to one of the most exciting coins in this video, the 1966 Australian 10-cent coin. This coin might be small in size, but it has a huge value, and in some rare cases, it can be worth up to $5,000. That's right, a coin that was once worth just 10 cents could now be worth thousands. So, what makes this coin so special? First, let's go back to the year 1966. This was the year when Australia introduced its decimal currency system, switching from pounds, shillings, and pence to dollars and cents. The 10-cent coin was one of the first new coins released that year, and it featured a beautiful design of the male lyrebird, a bird native to Australia known for its amazing tail and ability to mimic sounds. Now here's where it gets really interesting. Most 1966 10-cent coins are common and easy to find. But there's a very rare version that was accidentally struck using a foreign coin die, more specifically, a die that was meant for a coin from another country. This mistake is called a mule error. A mule coin is created when 2 different dies, usually for 2 different coins, are used to strike a single coin. That's not supposed to happen, and when it does, the result is incredibly rare. Only a very small number of these mule-era 10-cent coins are known to exist. Because so few were made, and even fewer survived, collectors are willing to pay thousands of dollars for one, especially if it's in great condition. Even if your 1966 10-cent coin isn't a mule, there are still some things to look out for. Coins in uncirculated condition, meaning they haven't been used or damaged, are always worth more. If the coin still has its shine, strong details, and no scratches, it could be worth much more than 10 cents. Some clean and well-kept coins from 1966 can sell for hundreds, even without the error. Another reason this coin is popular is because of its historical value. Since it was part of the first decimal coin release, many people see it as the beginning of a new era in Australian money. For collectors, having coins from 1966 is like owning a piece of Australian history. So, if you ever come across a 1966 10-cent coin, especially one that looks a little strange or different, don't ignore it. You might be looking at a rare mule-era coin, and if that's the case, it could be worth up to $5,000 or even more. Take a close look at your change, your old coin jars, or any collections passed down in your family. This tiny coin could turn out to be a big treasure. Now let's talk about our second coin, the 1973 Australian 20-cent piece. This coin might look ordinary at first, but it's actually very rare and can be worth a lot of money. If you happen to find one, especially in great condition, you could be looking at a value of up to $1,500. So, what's the story behind this coin? The Australian 20-cent coin was first introduced in 1966, during the switch to decimal currency. Like other coins from that time, the 20-cent piece was made to replace the old shillings. The design of the 20-cent coin has mostly stayed the same over the years. On the reverse side, it features a platypus, which is one of Australia's most unique animals. This design, created by artist Stuart Devlin, is loved by collectors all over the world for its smooth and flowing look. But the 1973 version of this coin is extra special. Why? Because in that year, not many 20-cent coins were made. Compared to other years, the Royal Australian Mint produced a much smaller number of them. That's what we call low mintage. The fewer coins that are made, the rarer they become over time, and rarity always increases value in the world of coin collecting. To make things even more exciting, some of these 1973 20-cent coins also have minting errors. These are small mistakes that happen when coins are being made, like misaligned designs, double strikes, or missing details. Collectors absolutely love error coins, and the rarer the mistake, the higher the value. If you have a 1973 20-cent coin with an error, it could be worth even more than $1,500 depending on the condition and type of mistake. Like most Australian coins, the front of the coin features Queen Elizabeth II, which was standard in that era. The Queen's portrait was updated over the years, and her appearance on the coin also helps date and identify it. When it comes to value, condition is everything. If your coin is scratched, faded, or damaged, it won't sell for as much. But if your 1973 20-cent coin is in uncirculated or near-mint condition, meaning it looks almost brand new, it can be worth a lot more. Coin collectors are willing to pay top dollar for coins that are clean, shiny, and undamaged. So if you're going through some old coins at home, keep your eyes open for the 1973 20-cent piece. You might just find one hiding in a drawer, a piggy bank, or passed down from your grandparents. It's one of those coins that many people don't even know is valuable, which makes finding one even more exciting. Who would have thought a small 20-cent coin from the 70s could be worth so much today? Let's start with our first rare and valuable coin, the 1976 Australian 50-cent piece. This coin is very special and has become a favorite for coin collectors in Australia and even around the world. So, what makes this coin so valuable? First, it's all about the year and the design. The 50-cent coin was first introduced in 1966, when Australia switched to decimal currency. That means the country changed from the old pounds, shillings, and pence to dollars and cents. The first 50-cent coins were made of 80% silver, which made them more valuable because of the metal inside. But because silver prices went up quickly, people started keeping these coins, and the government stopped using silver in future coins. Now, fast forward to 1976. This coin is not silver like the one from 1966, but it's still very valuable because of its limited mintage. That means not many were made that year, so finding one in good condition today is quite rare. On the front of the coin, or the obverse side, you'll see the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, just like most other Australian coins. On the back of the coin, or the reverse side, you'll see the Australian coat of arms. This shows two famous animals, the kangaroo and the emu, standing beside a shield. These animals are special because they're native to Australia and are also part of the national identity. The design is both detailed and beautiful, making this coin very attractive to collectors. Now, here's another interesting part. Even though the 1976 coin wasn't made of silver, it's still hard to find in excellent condition. Over time, coins get scratches, wear and tear, and lose their shine. But if you happen to find a 1976 50-cent coin that looks almost new, maybe from an old coin collection or hiding in a drawer, it could be worth a lot more than 50 cents. In today's market, a well-preserved 1976 50-cent coin can sell for around $1,000. That's a huge jump from its face value. What collectors really look for is a coin in uncirculated condition, meaning it looks almost brand new. The better the condition, the higher the price. Another reason this coin is valuable is because of its metal content and historical importance. While it's not made of silver like the 1966 version, it's still part of Australia's early decimal coinage history. Coins from this time are becoming more and more collectible, especially for people who love Australian history and currency. So if you have some old coins lying around, it might be worth checking if you've got a 1976 50-cent coin. It could be hiding in a jar, an old wallet, or even passed down from a family member. You never know, you could be holding a small fortune in your hand.